Pivot about the indicated 6 of the following simplex tableau. So this 6 is what they're talking about. Circle that if you can't see that highlight, but that's the pivot element. And what that means when they say pivot is I want these 3 numbers to go to 0. So we're going to have to do like we did in Gauss-Jordan and come up with some kind of rule to make those zeros. So first of all, the top row is fine. I'm going to leave it alone, I suppose. So we can make a new tableau. I'll keep the top row the same. 3, 6, 2, 1, 0, 0, 0. Bar, oh my gosh, 60. Okay. Now, for the next row, you have to knock out that 5. Okay, I want this 5 to go away using the 6, the pivot element. Okay, so you're going to have to come up with some sort of rule there. And that rule is probably going to be something like 6 row 2 minus 5 row 1. You're looking at an LCM of 5 and 6. LCM is 30, so you want something that's going to be 30 minus 30. So 6 of those 5s minus 5 of those 6s is going to give me a 0 right where I want it. Okay, so use that rule and go all the way across. So we're going to do 6 of those, what was it? 6 of those row 2 8s. So 6 8s minus 5 of those 3s. So that first element is going to be a 33. Move on to the 4 right there. You got 6 of these is 24 minus 5 of those is 10. So sometimes you can do it in your head. 24 minus 10 is 14. 6 of these is 0 minus 5 of these is negative 5. 6 of these minus 5 of these is 6. 6 of these minus 5 of these is 0. 6 of these minus 5 of these is 0. And 6 of these minus 5 of these. Okay, so 6 80s minus 5 60s is 180. Okay, moving on. I just knocked out that 5 right there. Now I want to knock out the 6. Okay, we'll knock out that 6. That's easy because all you have to do is row 3 minus row 1. All I'm going to do is subtract. So I can subtract row 3 minus row 1. That's 0. Row 3 minus row 1 is 0. Row 3 minus row 1, that's 5. 0 minus 1 is negative 1. 0 minus 0, 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. 0 minus 0 is 0. And 120 minus 60 is 60. Underline. Now let's do the last row. This is going to be the hard one because we've got to get rid of a negative 50 using a 6. Okay, so when in doubt, you can always just kind of cross each other up, you know. So like if I did 6 row 4s plus 50 row 1s, 6 negative 50s plus 50 positive 6s is going to be 0. So you can see that's going to be 0 already. So 6 of the row 4s, 6 of these, plus 50 row 1s, so plus 50 of these 3s. You can probably do that in your head. We got negative 30. Okay, so 6 of these is negative 90. plus 50 of those is plus 100. That's going to be 10. Use a calculator if you need to. 6 of these is 0, plus 50 of these is 50. 6 of these is 0, plus 50 of these is still 0. 6 of these is 0, plus 50 of these is still 0. 6 of these is 6, plus 50 of those, you're going to get 6. 6 of these is 0, plus 50 of these, you get 50 times 60 is 3,000. So there's our new tableau. Pivot about the indicated 6 of the following simplex tableau. So that's really all they wanted me to do, other than we probably should say, and read a solution. Otherwise, what's the point? So if you look at your basic variables are the ones that you can read. Basic, 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 and basic. Okay. So looking at the solution here, you've got x1, x2, x3, S1, S2, S3, and Z. Okay. And so my basic variables, if you look at x2, your eye should be drawn to the 6, which should draw you to the 60. x2 is going to be 60 over 6, which is 10. You look at S2, and you should be looking at this 6, which makes you look at the 180. S2 will be 180 over 6, which is 30. S3 is also a basic variable. I can see this 1 forces me to look at 60. S3 equals 60. And Z is basic. You should be drawn to the number 6 and the number 3,000. 3,000 divided by 6 is 500. So Z here in this case would be 500. Now we look at the non-basic variables. The non-basic variables, like this one, and this one, and this one, basically you wouldn't know which of those numbers to look at. There's too many numbers there. And those non-basic variables, we've learned every time you've got a non-basic variable, it's 0. And so that is our solution. Now, coming in the future, we'll have to figure out if that's the optimal solution or not. And I can tell it's not. You can tell it's not when you see negative numbers on the bottom row. See that negative 30? That negative 30 tells me that my solution is not quite as good as it could be.